Hi, good afternoon. This is Wag Chicago. Today is April 10th. The year is supposed to be 2021. I don't know who made that up, but whatever. All right. Uh, you know that thing in the Caribbean, the volcano that went off on the 8th? Yeah. Well, ashes rising, etc. All that. They had to do evacuations, right? Well, today, or on the 8th, they put a COVID hampers St. Vincent evacuation amid the eruption, right? Wonder what that could mean. So, are they really not? I hope this doesn't say what I think it's going to say here. Are they going to stop evacuating people if you don't have the sleeves? Says is hampering efforts to evacuate people from the eastern Caribbean island of St. Vincent, where the volcano began erupting Friday. Okay. In a news conference, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister, whoever, move an estimated 20,000 residents who live near the volcano were underway. Buses were transporting some people to safety while cruise ships were prepared to pick up others. It says here it's causing delays. Hotels are being turned into refugee centers and are asking that people be, yellow starred, let's call it. Or if you're yellow starred, you can't come in. Is that what I'm reading here? I saw this get tweeted a little while ago. I'm pulling up the article first time while I'm recording. I like my reaction. The P word is causing delays. Hotels are being turned into refugee centers. Are asking people to really sleeved. And he says that's not unreasonable. Really? There's people that might die in the dust. I'll show you a clip that just came out. Literally today at noon, the island turns pitch black. No sky. It looked like apocalypse. And there's like snow coming down, which is the dust. And the dust from a volcano is really dangerous to inhale. They have little tiny like fiber. Oh, whatever. Probably how we learned how to do half this shit. Um, I love how numbers were at 110600. In numerology, you drop the zeros, you got 11 upside down 9 or 116. 911 backwards. That how the universe works these numbers out in their news stories is hilarious. The island nation of 110,600,000 people, or 110,600 people, is evacuated 10,000. So they're holding up evacuations for what? This is getting very weird. Because if you go back to Texas a few months ago, during the dark, cold weather time, and they were down with no like things to turn on your power with. There were people reports coming out and video clips of women, old elderly women that were screaming in their house because they were freezing to death. They had no food, and the roads were complete ice, so nobody could really get there to help them. Like you couldn't go help your grandma out. So the emergency crews, from what I understand, were going to take people to centers, for shelter, right? Like a camp, you know, and people died because they were too scared of this exact same thing. The non-chosen people, I guess, like they didn't want to catch anything. If you get what I'm saying, like, are we this brain dead now? Like, you would rather? Let me get here. If you're in a swimming pool and you know that part where you go to the deep, from the deep edge to the like not so deep, there's always that little hill that you can feel your feet sliding down, right? And if you can't swim that good, you may be yeah, go grab that little cord, or you can just step over and walk out. because there's usually steps nearby. Or you could just go like people are doing now with no common sense, I guess. These are smart people, by the way. There's people that are smart, really acting the R word. Like, so you could either walk out of the pool or continue to slip down that slope knowing you're going to drown, right? But you're willing to drown because if you walk out of the pool, somebody with karachi standing there that may cough on you, even though they're not sick. But because you're not sick, you've been taught that they're sick. Because that's not upside down and upside down or right is up and down. You know, if you're not sick, you're sick. So people were willing, you're basically self, like Kool-Aiding yourself, if you know what I'm talking about, either slowly or quickly. What's the difference? Like, is this, no, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. Like, you can't be not letting people off the island because they didn't get a sleeve. While the cruise ships are prepared to shuttle people to safe sites, they're not staffed to provide evacuees temporary lodging. Both ships have region to support the effort. In an emailed statement, Carnival said it was not making the V a requirement. So at least Carnival didn't screw everybody. Yet. It is an emergency. Even so, Gonsalves said residents across had been offering their homes. Yeah, because there's a few people with some compassion left. On this dangerous road, we have good Samaritans. See? They're probably God-fearing people. The few that are left. Because that's what you would do if you had empathy and wanted to help your fellow human. And I don't see them requiring the V to get in my house to help save your, wow. The shelters are probably going to require the thing too, right? Because my point was, this is starting to happen, like probably by accident. I'm sure there's no way a volcano could go off, remotely, right? I mean, that can't happen. We know that. That'd be crazy. Yeah. The National Emergency Management Office said there were no initial reports of injuries and deaths. Let me find you this clip. Check this out. That's noon in this area I just told you about. But if you don't have your Karachi tag, you got to stay there and breathe all this ash because you're being punished. Like, does anybody question this? Like, even if you look at it from a human to human empathy, like it's a very basic. You're not going to save your people if they're not Karachi proof? Oh boy. Evil is, even if you don't believe in it, there's something wrong with our world. Like, I don't get it. This is why Chicago. I'll be back. I just don't get it.